So, we kick things off with the very first match, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. Now, if you're a 90s kid like me, you grew up on those old school Hell in a Cell matches. You know, I'm talking about the ones that featured Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, or Undertaker versus Mankind. Those were brutal, even as you go throughout the 2000s, which didn't have the huge spectacle high spots you got from throwing people off the cage or whatever. You still had very brutal, bloody matches. And as time went on, the WWE got into its whole PG era phase, and these matches just didn't feel special anymore. They didn't feel as brutal. They also made it a whole pay-per-view, so it was like we're just doing Hell in a Cell matches for the sake of doing Hell in a Cell matches. Well, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, they certainly brought back that old school feeling of this match. And so to go through some of the things, Drew McIntyre, in the first several minutes into the match, he basically busted CM Punk open pretty badly, and he had blood coming all out of him in the head, and you heard the audience go, "Oh, they promised blood." And there was one part where he just goes ahead and he lawn darts CM Punk right into the cage. It was just nasty. CM Punk's whole face just boom, and the way his body contorted and his shoulder, man, it was pretty brutal. And then eventually CM Punk, he does make a huge comeback with a toolbox that busts Drew McIntyre wide open. You could hear the sickening thud in front of his face. And man, when Drew McIntyre is bleeding, you guys going back to that Hell in a Cell match in 1997 with Shawn Michaels, he had the whole full crimson mass. It was red all over, like someone just took a paint brush and put it into a red paint and just wiped it all over Drew's face. Man, he was the crimson mass. And man, that was like where we started getting like our first close fall halfway into the match, where CM Punk kicked out of the Claymore, and then both men, towards like the middle of this match, they were both bloody and battered, and that's what you want to see. That's exactly the type of brutality you want to see when it comes to Hell in a Cell. And as both men were going at it, there was this really cool part where Drew McIntyre, he delivers a superplex to CM Punk from the outside of the ring apron onto the table that was outside of the ring. So brutal looking spot, some huge bumps for CM Punk to take, especially with so much concern being over, can CM Punk stay healthy? And there was even one part where Corey Graves is on commentary and he's saying to Michael Cole that, Michael Cole's telling Corey Graves, he's like, "Somebody stop this damn brutality." And, Michael Cole really getting into it, selling the brutality of this match. And Drew McIntyre, he even does a part where he delivers a white noise to the top of the steel steps, with CM Punk landing right there, back first, right there on the steel steps. Brutal stuff. And there's even a nice counter where Drew McIntyre goes for, I think it was like, is it called like the black hole slam or something, where they pick you up and spin you around? But CM Punk, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but yeah, CM Punk, he ends up going ahead and reversing, and he reverses that mid-air into the Undercon device, and CM Punk, there's like, is he gonna make him tap? Is he gonna make him tap? Because there's no rope breaks, and Drew McIntyre, he eventually breaks free of it using a wrench, which was used as a weapon all throughout this match. And Drew McIntyre, he even teases this bag, which everybody thinks is thumbtacks, but when he pours the bag out all over CM Punk's, it's just instead hundreds of beads. So this is a way of him taunting CM Punk over the whole bracelet, which is what a lot of this started over. And you could hear the fans boo because they thought we were seeing thumbtacks. I even thought we were about to get some thumbtack spots, and it kind of felt like it would have meant something had it done it here a lot more with the thumbtacks. They don't do it much in WWE, but if you do it suddenly, if you do it very sparingly, then I think it means a lot more. But Drew McIntyre, he goes for, oh my gosh. This is the part that had me in the match. So Drew McIntyre, he goes for the Claymore to CM Punk. CM Punk dodges out of the way, and Drew McIntyre lands spine first onto the edge of the steel steps. That was a part, and I don't get too many reactions out of wrestling because I've kind of seen a little bit of everything in pro wrestling, but that right there had me go, "Oh!" oh, because I was like, I know that had to hurt. Oh, and when they showed the replay of it, it looks like Drew McIntyre was able to land himself in such a way where his spine didn't actually hit the edge of the steel steps, maybe like his backside did, but the way WWE, and shout out to WWE's production team, because the way they shot it, it definitely looked like it hit spine first on the edge. Brutal looking spot. So man, yeah, that was something that had me going like, oh, I did not see that type of thing coming. And then after that, CM Punk, and this is the ending of the match, he wraps the chain around his thigh and shoves a chunk of those beads down Drew McIntyre's mouth, and then he finishes Drew McIntyre off with the go to sleep 1, 2, 3, concluding the trilogy. Excellent. Excellent storytelling. I've seen a lot of people, and I'm talking about old school fans who have watched all the Hell in a Cell matches going back to the original one in 1997 to the day, with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. They're saying this was one of the greatest, maybe even top 3 greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time. It is certainly, to me, I would say the best Hell in a Cell match we've had since The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar had their second Hell in a Cell match in 2015. And then if you go beyond that, man, over the years, I think, yeah, you're probably going to have to rank this up as one of the all-time great Hell in a Cell matches, because it had everything. The storytelling was great. The brutality was great. The blood, having blood. And this is a sense where it made sense to have blood in this match. I just thought it was tremendous. Hats off to both guys just for an amazing, what was this, almost an 11-month feud and everything. I thought Drew McIntyre's pulled out some of the best work that he's done in his WWE career. And CM Punk, for all the stuff that people were saying about, they thinking CM Punk, man, he's just injury prone, and man, he may not got what it takes anymore, all that stuff. There was CM Punk fans like me, and I know others, myself, some of my friends, who we believed in CM Punk, and we wanted to see CM Punk make it through. And I'm glad that he was able to come out of this trilogy unscathed and everything, because this man put on not only just great work on the mic, but great storytelling in the ring. This was a fantastic feud, and to me, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it was definitely the match of the night. I understand why this match didn't close, but when I look at everything, and this was a really good show, but this was the show stealer here. Excellent match. If you are a fan of old school Hell in a Cell matches, this definitely is for you. It had everything right from start to finish, and just a tremendous trilogy. It's gonna have to go down as one of the best in CM Punk's career, and I think that's amazing. The fact that CM Punk can come back this late in his WWE, or just late in professional wrestling career, and be able to put on 3 banger of a matches with a tremendous trilogy. And this is what I'm talking about: storytelling, promos, matches, everything about this click. And CM Punk certainly was the right one to win and go over in this feud. So overall, I thought it was tremendous.